Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the annual meeting of Elite Translation stakeholders. My name is Setiawan and I will act as the chairman of the meeting. I would like to introduce to you the officers and the directors of the company who are present with us at the meeting this morning. We are very pleased to have with us officers Rahel, Tarisa Amanda, Selsabila Moreska, and Setiyani Kadarwati, as well as the directors, each of whom is the member of the board of directors of the company. At today's meeting, we will discuss the annual report, which includes technical discussions, research and development, human resources, sales, customer service, and financial reports. At the end of the report, we will hold a voting session and discussion that will discuss uh, all the result of the report that will be presented in this meeting. First of all, we will listen to the operational and research and development reports that will be submitted by Ms. Tarisa Amanda from Technical Department of Elite Translation Company. Ms. Tarisa, the time is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Rizky, for giving me this opportunity. I'm glad to present the following annual progress report on Elite's Translations Technical Division for 2021 to 2020. I really appreciate your continued support for this department over the last year, and I look forward to hearing from you as we create the best method to strengthen our services to the translation community. So, the first thing that I want to touch on is our website. As for our website, there are no reported major problems by both employees and customers. And our current website is neat, clean, and professional looking, which is what we want. However, there are some things that we have to keep in mind to make it more attractive and inviting. We should include an email address and phone numbers for our customer to reach us because, as per now, the website does not include that. And we can add it at the bottom of the page, or we can use a separate contact page. And we can also add features so that our customer can sign up for email so they can receive the latest news or latest offer that so that they are more likely to use our service again. And then the next thing is the about the translation technology. So the main software that we use, there are three. The first one is the CAT or Computer Assisted Translation Program, and we use STL Trader Studio. And for the spell checker software, we use Grammarly, and for the terminology databases, we use Ternium Plus, or we also use IATE. So as you know, the main software that we use for our translation is STL Trader Studio. It is a CAT tool that supports the translation of a text from one language to another. The software helps a human translator transfer the meaning of written text from one language to another, splitting, editing, and managing story translation. And this software, most of our translators are already familiar with it, since those who study at university who are taking translation are generally trained themselves to the software. They report that it is a more efficient way to translate documents since the more content that we translate, the more translation matches the software that can be reused. This kind of automation significantly speeds up the translation process and ensure consistency with past translation. However, there are some difficulties meet using this software that has been reported to us. The first one is that the software requires a gigantic monitor to use everything properly. The UI tries too hard to give you a lot of details, which sometimes results in confusion as you cannot focus on a single string at a time. And the next thing is the as the translation memory is getting bigger, it is very slow to load. And when you add external spell checkers, it will also make it even slower to load. And the last thing is that it is extremely expensive. So we are hoping that uh, maybe we can find a cheaper product to use to kind of switch it from this one. And then the last thing that I want to talk about is about the technical operation. So first, I think I want to explain to you the current process of our translation service. So first, the client or the customer uh, order from our website, and then they send their files to our translation translator, and then the translator opens the source text in a CAT program, and this tool then extract the content that can be translated. So it will remove like the images and other things that are not translatable, and then it splits the text into some units, and it can display the source text field and then the translation on a side by side, one segment after the other. And then the translator can type the translation into an empty target segment until the translation job is complete. And and then the CAT will record and then recognize the identical or similar source text segment and autofill the corresponding translations in the target column drawing from the translation memory. And then our translation lastly proofread the translation with the help of spelling and grammar checkers. And then after that, they can send the finished product to our clients. So far, this is a pretty efficient job since it gets the job done and our translator always complete their work before the deadline. But we are welcome to any suggestion if it can make the process faster without sacrificing the quality of our translation. So that's all from the technical department. Any feedback is welcome to advance our company further. Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you very much for the technical report from Ms. Tarisa Amanda. Now, let's move to the next section report, the report of HR department that will be conveyed by Ms. Rahel A. The time is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Rizky, for the chance you've given. I am pleased to convey the following annual progress report regarding human resources priorities and strategies for Elite Transition 2021 until 2022. And also, I want to report proposed goals for Elite Transition in 2022 until 2023. I appreciate your support for human resources during the past years, and we will welcome your feedback as we develop strategies to continue to improve our services to this transition community. So, the Human Resources Progress Report for Elite Transition 2021 until 2022 are like this. So we are started at 2021 with 24 employees, and at the end of the year, we have 36 employees in total. This means that we are growing an average rate of 50%. The highest growth was recorded in October with 5 employees joining our company. The slowest month in terms of growth was on March with 0 employee onboarded. And these are the summary of our achievement in this year so far. So for our commitment to service excellence, we have a priority that are to foster a commitment to service excellence that convinces of human resources role as a transition service whose primary goal is to help people get their transition for journals, documents, and video. Elite transition in 2021 until 2022 have accomplished something like uh, that human resource staff have begun to demonstrate our move from rule-based to to a judgment-based evidence, most clearly in a adoption of salary administration guidelines that clearly vest decision-making authority in our employees and transaction, with human resource role being one of providing information, professional advice, and counsel. And the second accomplishment is that human resource units have streamlined a number of administrative processes that reduce the work burden for our workers, and also have developed and implemented core human resource classes for unit business manager training and expanded services to the transition service as detailed in this report. Human resource also have purpose goal for elite transition in next 2022 until 2023. Uh, so our purpose human resource goals divided into three or four aspects that are the first is in employment and compensation aspect. So coordinate review of board appointed administrative job groups in collaboration with Himpunan Penerjemah Indonesia to enhance reliability of transaction projects. We also want to develop and implement Total Reward website in collaboration with our partnership. In the aspect salary administration, we want to assure compliance with salary administration guidelines to maintain appropriate audit control and support public accountability expectation. The second is that develop capacity to provide frontline guidance to supervisors and managers in policy interpretation and application for staff employees. And the last, in salary administration aspect, that we want to review and rejuvenate employee suggestion program. In the third aspect, uh, which is on a staff development and employee relation, we want to coordinate development of new performance management program for staff employees with customers' input, provide training to supervisory and management staff in conducting performance evaluation to foster confidence in a return to merit-based salary increase in Elite transition to 2022 until 2023. And the second is we want to continue introduction to supervision, training to augment successful supervision for transaction team and first line supervisor. Establish transition service excellence training. And the last is that we want to continue the monthly review and evaluation for our transaction work based on customers' review routinely. In the last aspect, which is human resource administration at partnership building, we propose to human for human resource staff that will committed to focusing on employees' needs and operational requirements and will continue to work to improve the quality, effectiveness, and also timeliness of human resource services. And also we want to human resource staff to support their partnerships to work initiative through active participation in its committee structure and integrating our partnerships company recommendation into future human resource administrative initiatives where possible. So that's all our accomplishment and proposed accomplishment in 2021 until 2023. So I welcome your feedback as to whether human resource priorities, elite transitions, 2021 until 2022 accomplishments, and ILA transition 2023 until 2023 proposed goals reflect the vision you have for human resources and represent reasonable progress toward the realization of that vision. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the HR department report from Ms. Rahel Raya. Now, let's move to the next section report. The report of annual financial will be delivered by Ms. Selsabila Moreska Brialananda as the treasury. The time is yours.
All right, thank you for the opportunity given, Mr. Rizky. I would like to explain in brief about the annual financial report for the year ended June 15, 2020 was completed and books were found to be correct and in good order. I have recapitulate the unrecorded reports of funds collected every month from early January to June 2022. I'm sorry. Let me read the summary of the bookkeeping of funds. In January, the income funds is 8 million rupiah, and then the February to March, there is an income of 12 million rupiah per month. And in April, the income funds was 7 million rupiah. Then in the last 2 months, has income was 23 million rupiah. So that the total of funds collected in the last 6 months are around 43 million rupiah. We will move on to the funds we have spent in last 6 months in the bookkeeping records that we made. The funds spent were not enough. We have to pay routine taxes with a total of 500,000 every month. And we have paid 3 million since the beginning of January 2022. We also spend funds for the consumption needs of the staff and employees who are in the office, such as snack, drink, and even other like instant food. For the month of June, we have spent 900,000 rupiah. And at beginning of the March 2022, we spent 3 million rupiah for urgent need to repair some of our computer which were having problems. So we almost spent 7 million rupiah from the beginning of January until June. So I think that's all the report from the finance department. We are happy to welcome any feedback to advance our company further. Thank you for the opportunity, Mr. Rizky.
Thank you very much for the financial report, Ms. Selsabila. Now, let's move to the next section report, the report on marketing that will be delivered by Ms. Setiyani Kadarwati. The time is yours.
Okay, thank you. So greetings everyone. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Setiyani, and I am the chair of the marketing department. So for today, I would like to give you an annual report about our team. So marketing consists of 9 people, and per March in 2022, we have 15 people in the team. And for the report, so far we have accomplished few things. So our company was established in 2021, and for the past 1 year, our team has succeeded in expanding our company. So people know us by done some advertisements. There are 2 advertisements that we have done, the digital and also the non-digital. The digital advertisement we have done were like we put our profile on Instagram, YouTube, and we also have a website. And for the non-digital advertisement, we had to do some efforts in billboard and pamphlets. And for the result, our, our company uh, um, got 100 customers in 1 year after our company built. Okay, so in the future, we are planning to develop our service. We have a plan to expand more our language range into a few more language like English, Mandarin, Chinese, German, French, Japanese, Italian, Russian, Hindi, Portuguese, Korean, and Arabic. Those are all the language we consider very crucial with the highest speakers in the world. We will also do the joint venture with a digital streaming production company. We will discuss so that we can become the one and only subtitle translator for their movies and TV series, so that we can be the exclusive translator and gain more networking connections and partnership. I think that's all from the marketing department. I would like to give it back to the moderator. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for the report of the marketing section from Ms. Setiyani, and each department section has already delivered their reports. Ladies and gentlemen, in order to take up Edit Translation Company's annual progress, thank you for attending this meeting, and good morning. Let's wrap up this meeting. See you on the next annual meeting.